Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on April the 15th, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. All right, as usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So not much in terms of news here today, and we did have G7 meetings. Not much that really that was important here. So coming up on Wednesday here, we have core retail sales numbers out of the U.S. So U.S. actually is having is going through the big coronavirus impact right now. So the number of deaths have crossed 22,000 mark, and there are lots of cases, over 100,000, I believe. So right now, US dollar is taking a hit as a result of that. On the other side, though, the stock market has been doing well, and a lot of that is due to all the money that is being put into the system. We have seen the indices go up as a result of that. But here, we are expecting numbers that are below the previous ones, but I think we are likely to get even lower numbers, and that will have a negative impact on the US dollar, so keep an eye out for that. We also have Bank of Canada monetary policy statement here. Right now, we are at just a 0.25%, so not really expecting any interest rate cuts here. The big thing really just be the comments in regards to what they're expecting in terms of the economy. So right now, Canada is essentially, it's not in a complete lockdown, but pretty much. So only the essential services are open. The rest of the businesses are essentially closed. And as a result of that, the economy is going to suffer. And so Bank of Canada, basically in the statement, we're looking to see what impact that will have, and the current, in terms of the current economy, I think it is not likely to open until at least, I would say, the summer, and probably even after that. So we'll have to see what they have to say, and anything that is basically negative for the economy will have a negative impact on Canadian dollar. We also have the press conference. Usually it's 30 minutes after the statement comes out. And then later here in the Asian session here, we have employment numbers here from Australia. We are expecting a drop here, and just like everybody else, the only thing will be if the numbers come in below expectations, we could see Australian dollar drop. However, having said that, yesterday the numbers were below expectations for Australian dollar, but we actually saw Australian dollar go up as a result of that. So business confidence numbers dropped substantially, but Australian dollar went up. So right now, all of that is due to weakness in the US dollar. All right, so let's go on to our charts now. So we'll start off by taking a look at our, let me just go on to the daily here. Okay, so taking a look at our daily chart here, we'll start with euro dollar. So euro actually went up. We saw a reversal. Price wasn't really able to break through the support level here, and now we have a bullish engulfing candle close here. So this is looking bullish, but just keep in mind price is into resistance here. So that's something we have to be mindful of. If it doesn't hold above this resistance level at 1.0980, we could see a drop, but for now bias is bullish. And in terms of our target here, I'm looking at 1.1040 as the first target, and then we have a 1.11 will be the second target here. So bias is bullish for euro dollar, but just keep in mind this resistance, because if it doesn't drop below that, if it doesn't hold above that, then we could see price come back into this range that it's been trading in. In terms of a pullback, we could get a pullback into 1.0950. Potentially, if we get a deeper pullback into 1.0940 or 35 level. So looking for, but overall looking for a further move to the upside here for euro dollar. So this is something like that. Let's move on to our pound dollar here. Pound, as we talked about yesterday, it has gone through that resistance level. It's right into our first target. So bias is still bullish here. Now we could get a pullback into 1.2560 here, or even potentially into 1.2580. So those are the two levels I would keep in mind. And then looking for a further move to the upside here. Right now, with the US dollar being so bullish, this is, we are seeing this drop here that's getting filled. So we could see price go all the way up here. So we'll see how that plays out. For now though, looking for a bullish move to the upside. First target here is 1.2730. And then above that, we're looking at 1.2850. So bullish bias here for pound dollar. Aussie dollar here, this one as well, we were looking for a further move to the upside here. It isn't quite at the first target, but again, a bullish close for the day here. So looking for a further move to the upside here. And in terms of our targets here, I will look for a bit of a pullback into 0.6400 and then a further move to the upside, and targets will stay the same here. We could potentially move a little bit higher. So 0.6480 and then 0.6530. 0.6550, we'll keep it at that. So bullish bias here for Aussie dollar as well. New Zealand dollar here, this one is holding above this level that we looked at yesterday. We do have a bit of a bullish candle close here, not as strong as Australian dollar or British pound, but nonetheless it is bullish. So looking for a further move to the upside here. And as long as it holds above this level again at 0.6065, I will look for a further move to the upside. First target is 0.6160 and then 0.6200. So bias is bullish for New Zealand dollar here as well. Dollar CAD, we see that it's still holding below this resistance level at 1.3920. And at this point, still looking bearish here. Now, keep in mind, this one is into support. So it hasn't quite broken the support to the downside yet. So we need to make sure that it holds below that, but otherwise still looking bearish. First target is 1.3800 and then 1.3700 for dollar CAD. Let's take a look at commodities here. Silver. Silver is looking bullish here. So with US dollar dropping, our commodities have done well because they are priced in US dollars here. So this one went through this resistance level that we had talked about, and it had held above the previous support level here. So right now we have a bullish trend that is intact. So looking for price to go up further. Bias is bullish. And in terms of a pullback level, I'm looking at 15.50. As long as it holds above, we are likely to see a further move to the upside. Now, in terms of targets here, the first target here is 16 and then 16.40. So bullish bias for silver. Gold here, gold did really well, went right through through the resistance level, right into that 1750 target there. I wasn't quite expecting that. I thought we may see some trouble here. Now, it has pulled back since then, and we could likely get a deeper pullback into 1712 level here potentially. Or even 1720, so we'll have to see. But right now this one's looking bullish, so this is the type of move I'm looking for. If it manages to hold above the 1712-ish level, then we are likely to go see a retest of this high at 1750. So bullish bias here, but because this one has kind of gone up so much, I would be cautious because we could see a turnaround. So just keep an eye on it. But right now, this one's looking bullish. Oil here. Oil hasn't unfortunately been able to hold its own even with the production cut promises that everybody's kind of on board with. Still looking bearish here. It is still trading within this range, but it's starting to make lower highs and lower lows. So bearish bias here for oil. Next target is 23.80 and then 21.40, which is in the bottom here. On the cautious side though, if it manages to hold above this resistance level at 27.20, then we could see this move to the upside here, because as we can see, the previous time, last time this one was here, it held above and then bounced off of that level. So for now, bias is bearish, just with caution here. Copper did move up, and like we talked about here, it wasn't able to hold, it wasn't able to go into the resistance here. It's still holding below the resistance. So this one, it's losing its momentum to the upside. That's what this candle shows us, inside candle here. So with this one, if it doesn't break today's high, chances are very high that this will drop. So right now, bias is neutral. If it goes through today's, drops through today's low, I'm looking for 2.24 as the next target, and then 2.22 and potentially 2.20. So right now, basically, this one is neutral. As long as it holds below 2.30, I'm looking for a drop here. So neutral bias. Bitcoin here. Bitcoin hasn't really done much. We did see a pullback, but it's still holding sideways here. So with this one, bias is still bearish. Basically, I am looking for this move to the downside here. So it's retesting. And now if it holds below this 69.65 level, chances are we are going to see a drop. Now, should it go through though, it can go all the way back into the top of this range. So that's something to keep in mind. For now, the targets remain the same, 65.20 and 6300. So this one is a bearish bias for Bitcoin, but caution here is if it goes through the resistance, it can go higher just because the candle is so small today. S&P 500, this one has gone through our resistance level. I was actually looking for a drop here, but it has continued on. So very solid move here from our indices here, S&P 500. So right now, this one's looking bullish. It managed to break through this resistance here. So in this case, next target is 28.80. So bias is bullish here. And this is when we see that price is into resistance. So just keep an eye here, because now we are into this mess here, and we could see price basically struggle here. But right now, bias is still bullish. 28.80 is the first target. And if it does manage to go through that, then there is a lot of room. We have gaps at, or gap at 2900 and all the way into 2950. So bias is bullish here. And what I'm looking for here is for it to hold above 2820. So if it holds above 2820, then I will look for a further move to the upside. But if it drops through it, then chances are it will go back into this range that it's been trading in for the last few days here. For now though, bias is bullish, and we have 28.80 and then all the way to 29.50 as our target. Nasdaq here, this one went right through our targets here. So big move here for Nasdaq here. So this one's still looking bullish. Next target here is right into the top of this sideways move that we saw. With this one, we could get a pullback into 8,600, and then if it holds above, we could see a further move to the upside all the way into 8,900, and then potentially even higher into 9,000. So bullish bias for Nasdaq here. Dow Jones, this one is also bullish. We see that price closed right into the highs there, so it does have bullish momentum to it. The caution will be that it has to hold above this 23,950. If it doesn't, then we could see it come back. But the level that I like is this one here for a pullback, 23,700. And then a further move to the upside. So bias is bullish. And next target here, we could see it go all the way into 24,850, all the way into 25,000 essentially. So bullish bias here for Dow Jones as well. DAX here. This one, we have a neutral close for the day. Price did move higher here, so it does have the bullish momentum in it, but it is not looking as bullish as some of the American indices. So with this one, I would say still maintaining the bullish bias. As long as it holds above this 10,580, I would look for a further move to the upside here as well. And this is kind of what we're looking for. Target is 11,000. So bullish bias here for DAX. And then a FTSE here. This one actually closed lower here. So we are back into the range here. With this one, what I'm looking for is a potential retest of 58.80. And if it holds below, we're looking for a drop. But if it goes through it, then chances are we're likely to see this one go up as well. So for now, bias is neutral for FTSE. And then we have Nikkei here. Nikkei is looking bullish. It's still within that range that this one has been trading in for several days now here. So this is the range it's been trading in, and price is right into the resistance here. So momentum can push it through into the next target here. So right now bias is bullish. The caution here again would be if it holds below our high here at 19,650, then we could see a move back into the range as it happened with this candle here. So we had a nice bullish candle, but then it turned around. So watch out for that. But for now, bias is bullish. Next target is 20,200. So bullish bias for Nikkei as well. So that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.